Hello boys and girls, it's time for another lesson on the Writer's Workshop. I'm your teacher Misham Shadi, and today we're going to be looking closer at script and block writing. We're going to be looking at some of the similarities and differences between these two types of writings. And we're going to also be looking at how we can merge these two to create or present a document. Now remember, handwriting can either be script or cursive. Today, we will be looking at script and block writing. Script writing is a style of writing done with uppercase or capital letters and lowercase or common letters. For good letter formation, the letters are to be separated in script writing. There should be the use of consistent spacing between your letters and then your words. There should also be uniformity in the style of writing. For example, let's say that you would like to slant your letters. It means that all of your letters should be written in a slant formation. Let me just show you an example. So for instance, I want to write my name. That's my first name in script writing. Now, all my letters are upright. But there are some persons who don't write like that. If they write like this, then all your letters should be slant. You should never try to write upright, then slant, if you look carefully, you will see the first letter here is upright, and then I have the L's here in a slant position. So we should aim to ensure that all our letters are formed the same way. And that is what I mean by uniformity in the style of writing. Another important point is that all your letters must line up on the bottom line. For letters such as O, P, and Q, you should ensure that when forming them that they are closed because they're closed letters. This is the uppercase O. And there you have the P, and that's our Q. So you ensure that all your letters are closed. There are some that will be left open, like U, V, and W. So that's for uniformity and closing your letters. The next thing you need to pay attention to are those letters that have crosses to fill in and dots to go with them, like the I and T. So if I write I know I have to put the dot at the top to complete its formation. And for the T, you have to put in that cross. So that's it for having uniformity in the style and ensuring that the letters are written correctly. Now, here's an example of a sentence in script writing. The quick brown fox. If you look carefully at that sentence, the quick brown fox, you would realize that the word the begins with a capital T because it's the beginning of the sentence. So we have the T in uppercase, and then we have the H in lowercase as well as the E. We have the word quick all in lowercase. So you must remember that there are times when you have to use uppercase letters and there are times when you have to use the lowercase letters. You have to remember those rules when you're doing script writing. Now for block writing. When we are writing block writing, it's very close to that of forming all the writings using just the capital letters. So if you look at the screen, you will see an example of how all the letters of the alphabet are written in uppercase letters, and basically we would refer to this as block writing because we are writing them all in uppercase formation. So for block writing, it is mostly used to fill out forms and other important documents, and we would have discussed this extensively in our lesson specifically on block letters. Now, for those documents that require you to use block writing or block letters, there is very often a statement to indicate that to you. So you need to read the form carefully before you know what style of writing you have to use. Now, like normal script writing, block writing, the letters are also separated. And remember that block writing is a style of script writing. The only difference is that all the letters are in uppercase or capital letters when writing. So let's look at this example of the form. If you look carefully, the arrow is pointing to the part which requires you to write in block letters. And it says your name, specifically in block letters. So here you are writing your name in block letters. So what does that look like? Remember, if you have lines, you try to use your lines. If you don't, you try to write between the space provided, usually a box. And so you write within the box. But remember, all your letters must be in the uppercase or capital formation. Good. Again, there's my first name in block writing. So if you notice, just like when I was writing in regular sentence form, some uppercase and some lowercase, all of my letters had space between them. So even though I was forming a word, because it's being done in script formation, there must be space between the letters. Now, that's my name. Now you can try to write your own name in block formation. Remember, whatever document you are filling out or whatever you're required to do, it should indicate to you that you need to use block formation for the information that is required. So don't worry to say that you don't know when to use block formation. Now, block formation can also be used when we're probably creating a poster, or let's say that we're writing the heading for a letter, like a letterhead. Block formation is used, meaning that all the letters are in uppercase. Remember, for block formation and regular sentence form in script, the letters are not joined together or they're not connected. So let's look back at the formation of individual letters in block writing. So here you have all of the letters from A to Z in block formation. Remember, it's very similar to that of capital. Sometimes if it's done in printing, it's a little more bold because it's block. But when you're writing, you won't have to shade or all of that to make it that thick. You just write in uppercase formation like I did with my name on the screen. Now remember, that there is a special formation for each letter, so you have to be careful. As I said, there are some letters that you have to close when you write it. So, for instance, the B, even though B has a stroke, the bottom there has to be closed. If you write in uppercase B, and let's say you're using that for your block formation, that is how you would write it. And then you have those that are open. Let's say, for example, like C. Here you have the uppercase C, and here you have the lowercase c. Now my handwriting is going to be a little off because the screen is very smooth. But when you do it on your page, you have more control of your pencil, and you try, if you make a mistake, that you use a very clean eraser to do it over again. Remember, make sure you hold your pencil very well so that you can write properly. So here I have a little piece of writing for you. If you look carefully, you will see that there is a mixture of letters. You will see that you have those in capital and you have those in lowercase, but it's all in script writing. As you practice the capital letters, you are also practicing to get block writing correct. So it says, the children of St. Stephen's Primary School are playing hide and seek in the school's compound. Remember to look out for the instances where you need to use that uppercase letter. So for instance, when you're beginning the sentence, just after a full stop, you need to use that. Then when you're writing the name of a special place, like, why did we use capital S in St. Stephen's? Because it's a proper noun. Even though it's in the middle of the sentence, we must use that. So I want you to take some time, give yourself about 90 seconds and write these two short sentences. Okay, so your 90 seconds is up. And I was writing along with you. I just finished the first sentence. I hope that you were able to finish both sentences. But if you look carefully, you would see that I would have used my letters correctly. My capital for the beginning of my sentence and my capital letters for the name of the school. And like I said, if we were writing a letterhead for St. Stephen's, we would have written St. Stephen's all in block formation. So something like this. Good. So if you look, you see St. Stephen's in all block letters. Now, if you even look at the name of your school on the building, you would see a writing like this with all uppercase. So that's it for our sentence form in script and block writing in script as well. So now it's time for us to recap. Remember, script writing is a style which is done with both uppercase and lowercase letters. For good letter formation, you must remember that the letters are to be separated in these two kinds of writing. There should be consistency in the spacing and uniformity in the style of your writing. Remember, with the height of your letters, they should all match as well. There are letters that have to be left open and there are letters that should be closed. So you have to look at the formation of those, especially for block letters, which is used mostly for filling forms. It would be indicated to you when to do that. So you need to read the form properly and find that out. But block letters could also be used, for instance, if you're creating a letterhead or you're writing the name on a building or an advertisement or something like that. And again, in block letters, the letters are not joined, they're separated. And you should have a special uniformity in your style as well. So that's it for our lesson and demonstration on block and sentence form in script writing. Again, you can review this lesson on YouTube so that you could follow and get some more practice. And as I always say, try writing short pieces by yourself. Transcribe it in block as well as sentence form and see how well you can develop your handwriting. The more you practice, the better you get. Like me, I still have to practice on the screen to get it right. That's all from me on the Writer's Workshop. Until next time, stay safe and practice that handwriting skill. Goodbye.